We are going to make some Druzy or Druzy earrings with this mold from Crafty 787 shop. They're 12mm. We're going to be using 2 different types of glitters mixed together and TotalBoat's MakerPoxy. This resin is great for small, intricate projects and also things where you want super clear, no bubbled resin. So I always like to find out which part is the thinner one because it will go a lot faster to get all the resin in. So this is one of those situations where you want to mix it slow and doing kind of like that folding technique so you have as little bubbles as possible. This metal stir stick will also help negate a lot of bubbles coming in. So this you just kind of have to put in a little bit and then mix it and see how it looks and continue on from there. So I'm going to suck up some of the resin, push it back out and suck it back up again so that this stopper almost has a very smooth path so that when I'm going to pour them into the mold itself, it doesn't get stuck along the way. I always pour like less than I think it needs because I know it's going to spread out, and then by the time I get to the end, the first one is probably what it's going to look like. So I can go back and add a little bit. So we have our Druzy earrings that we poured yesterday. We're going to be demolding them today, adding a post on the back. This is a stainless steel hypoallergenic post. We'll be putting a little bit of UV resin on them to attach them, putting them in this 36-watt UV lamp for about 3 minutes. They'll be all cured, then we can add them to our cute little earring cards. So we're going to be adding the UV resin onto the backs of these earrings. It came out really well and the backs are pretty flush and I can see that they're laying level. These 2 little outliers are curved, so I know when I add my UV resin and attach the post is going to start to slide right off and I'll need to get it in the lamp as quickly as possible. So I'll do the ones that I know I won't have a problem with first, then I'll come back for these little guys. Sometimes I'll even hold it under the UV lamp for a minute to let it gel and then put it down and let it finish. Normal resin takes anywhere from 6 to 24 hours to cure depending on what resin you're using. This UV resin can cure under a lamp in 3 to 4 minutes. And as long as your projects are pretty small, your strength is similar. I tend to try to push this in a little bit harder than you maybe need to, so that I make sure there's no air in between the post and the back of the earring, and that way it slides around a little bit less as well. I usually am able to get them all the way back. The closer to the light they are, the better it will cure. So I put this on 180 seconds. All right, so it's been about 3 minutes. I'm gonna pull these out and just lightly touch where the resin is to make sure it's cured. If it's not, you can just put them right back in. If it is, then they'll be all done. And we're gonna do these 2 little irregular guys. So now I got these 2 little curved guys. I'm gonna turn my UV lamp on before I even get started. Since it's curved, I can't even let it go for a second. Once I get the post on, I know it will slide right off. So I'm just gonna hold it next to the UV lamp and then place it down once it's gelled. It's happened super quick. I use the bullet backs. It helps when you put them on the back of the ear so the earring won't droop, and they're just a lot more comfortable. Some people will paint the edges. If these were a little bit thicker, I'd either use like a paint pen or some varnish and some mica powder mixed together to paint the edges, but these are really pretty just without them. see more beautiful creations created with different TotalBoat epoxy, follow me on Instagram at ej.artistry.